Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are here not with the new mini box opening. So now that you're seeing this video, actually the box should have been dropped and I think a matter of hours, right? But as I actually partially I have foreseen during the review video, I do not think I'm going to invest gems in this, as I do want to save them for the New Year's main box that usually is always one of the best ones, even though I still suggest you to get at least one copy of the Giant Hand that I will try to snitch with the UR offer at $1 that I hope it will come back soon. And I honestly was so much attracted by Dragunity, but you know, we can't, if we're free to play or actually casual money player, if we can say so, we cannot get all the cards that we have in the game. So actually, I have to be honest, I having a pretty good situation with all the characters to farm, because now I have I think at least 4. So these are all already full farmed, as you can see right there. But I have these 2 guys, so Paradox and Ryu, to farm basically from the beginning. Then we have Yugioh to farm from the beginning, and we are at the 3. And then the 4th one is Blue Angel. So we have 4 characters to farm from the beginning. I mean, it's not a bad situation. These are like 10k gems to get, so definitely not disappointed, and we're gonna get more characters soon. So I definitely have to say I have recovered back from the bad situation that I had a couple of months ago, so we can't really can't be bothered from this. But you know, stop wasting time. Let's actually go deep into the video to see the actually deck list a lot of you were asking for. And of course I'm talking about Invoked. Now after the ban list, I'm so happy to show you this, one of my favorite decks of all time. Invoked Magician Girl is now coming back. So before jumping right to it, guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Yami Yugi, of course, and we have the Destiny Duel skill, and this is how the deck list looks like. So the news are that the Invocation is now free, so this means that we can play 3 Alistair and 2 Invocation again. And the other new was that Invoked Magallanica is free as well, so we can play the limited 2. And as you may have seen from the thumbnail, this crazy combo with Alistair that can take the Magallanica up to 10k attack during the damage calculation is now already available. So very nice. So let's start from the, of course, the main deck. We have triple Alistair, of course, double Invocation, and for the Magician Girl package we have a couple of chocolate, triple berry, that is the only mandatory one because it is the searcher. So if you do not have a couple of this, you only have one, it's totally fine. The especially since we do not have Cactus back, this is here just, you know, to count as a different different Magician Girl to summon with the effect of berry from your deck and nothing else. And then of course Apple is instead a little bit more important, just because it is a fire attribute and it is your access to Invoked Purgatrio. So 2 and 2 is fine. Triple berry is mandatory in my opinion because it is a searcher and actually it is a defensive play. Yes, and defensive play either against an attack and against an effect that target. Keep in mind that. Then we have this choice. I decided to go with the concentrated current because it can end duel so fast, and you know, at least for now, I hope this deck won't spread that much, but if it doesn't, this will be a very nice and expected play, as you will see in the replays, guys. Don't miss that. You're gonna see a lot of especially one duel where your opponent surely has something in his hand to stop your attack, but it didn't because he thought, okay, I'm good with this, I can take this attack. But then in the damage step, I actually came out with the concentrated current, and of course I made him dirty, of course with so much damage. Keep in mind that this can make, of course, Purgatrio being lethal, especially if you think that Purgatrio has pressing damage as well. Then we have triple Cosmic Cyclone. And now I'm going to explain you why Cosmic Cyclone and not the Mystical Space Typhoon. So, of course, Cosmic Cyclone is another one of the new addition from the ban list. It was freed, so it was limited 3. Now we can play 3 because it is completely free. Why Cosmic Cyclone and not Mystical Space Typhoon? Simply because with that, we can control our life points. So especially in the higher ranks, I can assure you this, in the legend rank, 90% of players won't inflict you damage if that damage is gonna take you under 2k, because they do not want to trigger your destiny draw. So what happens is that they're gonna actually inflict a little bit of damage, just 1k or a little bit more, but under 2k, in order, you know, to prevent you from using destiny draw. But with Cosmic Cyclone, during their turn, you're not gonna only get rid of a back row, and sometimes Cosmic Cyclone is just better because of the because he banishes, you know, especially against the Necro Valley plus the Gravekeeper. It is a better solution than Amnesty, actually a working solution instead of Amnesty. But also you're not only gonna get rid of a back row, but you're also gonna trigger your destiny draw alone, and that is pretty nice. So that is the reason of my choice. And then we have, as I told you, a couple of concentrated current to end the duels fast and actually to worry about nothing. So there's no monster you worry about for his attack points, because you can just go over that. And then for the trap choice here, you know, in a deck like this, you could play something like the Spellbook limited to 1, of course, the Spellbook of Knowledge, because these are all spellcaster, and actually this is a very good card that combines with Halister the Invoker, because with the Spellbook you can just send to the graveyard the Halister that activated his effect. But the point is that I actually wanted to have some more defensive cards, and I decided to go with the Treasures because it is a winning card as well. And also, you know, playing only 10 monster, it's not, you know, a guaranteed card. I actually felt like the Treasures was better, but of course, guys, you can basically remove the Treacherous and go for the Spellbook of Knowledge. And last but not least, we have Breakthrough Skill. Why did I go for that? Not only because of the dual negation, but mostly because I needed something to negate monster's effect, but basically something that could be used twice, not only as an interruption for during your opponent's turn, but also during your turn. Because imagine that your opponent has a full board of monsters and maybe has that monster that can stop you, maybe with a quick effect, you know? So if this was sent to the graveyard the previous turn, you can start by using this, make that monster a vanilla monster because you can just negate its effect, and then you can actually use that monster as an additional target for your Purgatrio to inflict more damage. So basically, of course, the Breakthrough Skill plus the Cosmic Cyclone are here to clear the field in order to you know, make way for your Purgatrio to finish your opponent. Then for the extra deck, pretty easy, pretty nice, actually pretty simple. Triple Purgatrio, triple Magallanica. Not sure you're gonna need all 3 of them, but you know, there are duels when you need a triple Purgatrio, so why not? Also because, of course, you can use a Purgatrio in the graveyard to summon another one, keep in mind that. And then 1 Kaliga, just in case you start, your starting hand is a couple of Halister the Invoker. This is pretty good because, as you already know, this can just prevents your opponent from activating more than one effect, so they have to deal with this before if they want to activate more than one effect per turn. And then last but not least, just the Diamond Direwolf, because it does not happen always, but when it does, and you have your Chocolate and an Halister, you can go for your Diamond Direwolf maybe to get rid of an additional back row before going into your invocation play. So guys, that was all for the explanation. I hope I did not bother you too much with this, but I wanted to make clear with all my choices, as I always do. Of course, if you have some question, don't be afraid to ask. Stay tuned for the replays, because there are some very interesting ones, and we can jump right into them. Here we go, my boys. First replay against another deck that was actually that get benefit from this ban list, because it is Phantom Knights that got their cards released, so they're in a pretty good spot right now. As you can see right there, we began the duel with just a Chocolate that is pretty useless now with any stuff in the graveyard, but we had the Cosmic Cyclone, a breakthrough skill to to make it to endure this turn. So he's got the Phantom Strategy skill to send the glows to the graveyard and start his combo, of course. So he's got Kagemucha Knight as well. Kagemucha, I guess, is the way you say it. And boom, a Phantom Knight, so Break Sword to begin with. But as soon as he activates the effect, I went with Breakthrough skill. So you know what? You're not gonna pop anything. He just had a couple of back rows and then Cosmic Cyclone. And honestly, I didn't understand the choice of not attacking. I think maybe he was afraid of my back row. That's why he didn't attack. That's fine. Now we have the berry to begin with, having an apple that we can discard in order to draw an extra card with our chocolate. Then I have the combo to attack, but I'm too afraid of that back row to go for my Purgatrio play, so I just decided to wait because I have two ways to protect myself, the effect of berry and the effect of chocolate. So I just attacked the Kagemucha Knight to avoid him having a free monster, a free material for an XC summon. Then he went for the effect, he decided to target my berry. I used the effect, he went for the Book of Moon, but with Book of Moon you do not avoid the effect of Berry actually resolving, so that is a bad move for him, because now Berry activates effect, I still get an apple from the deck, and Berry gets destroyed, so yeah, I'm not caring about the fact that she was going to be in attack position. So he uses the effect of the Break Sword to summon those two guys level 4 and then Malevolent Scene to get rid of my chocolate. That's fine because she's gonna come back. Then he used the effect to send that and have actually an additional monster to summon with the effect of Phantom Knight's Wing. Then he decided to attack the apple, but apple's activated its effect. I decided to summon the Alistair just because I already have an invocation, so I'm chilling. So no distraction, and also keep in mind that now chocolate is coming back, so what happens is that I can go into an XC summon, Diamond Direwolf, and honestly this was not even needed, but okay, I decided to do it to pop the Malevolent Sin, first invocation, so into Magellanica. Then I made a mistake because I already had that invocation right here, so there was no point in normal summoning the Alistair. What I should have done is to just discard the Alistair, boost the Magellanica, and then use invocation, but I made this misplay to get the invocation, and now I went just with a Purgatrio just in case he used the trap to summon the Break Sword from the graveyard. And then with this, actually I do not have lethal. That was that is why it was a misplay. So he went for the trap's effect, so I attacked with Purgatrio, and then I do not have lethal, unfortunately. So I have to wait, but luckily for us, actually he's got nothing. He went adding the Phantom Knight's Fog Blade, but as you can see right there, he just scooped because he can't do nothing. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, against Alexis Rhodes. I think this was a Negros deck. So I just began with my Cosmic, my Breakthrough skill in a Alistair set. He went with the Cosmic Cyclone, and he actually chose the correct one. Then as you can see, Necrods to begin with. He just had the Valkyrius, and at this point you know he's gonna actually wait. So he went with the Miracle Rupture. That was an interesting choice. So go with Weathering Soja, and of course get the Fossil Fusion. So Fossil Fusion right here to go into the School Knight that can attack twice, and actually he fell into the trap, and because this can attack again when he pops a monster, and he decided to inflict that damage. You know why? Because he thought, I'm safe, I have the Valkyries in my hand, I can hand the battle phase. And the point is that at this point, the thing is, he does not know it, and he didn't expect me to have the concentrated current. So Destiny Draw to get the berry so that I have a protection if something goes wrong, and then adding another berry because I wanted to go into the Magellanica, you know, because I wanna actually that 10k attack monster. Actually it is 8k to be honest, because it is just one concentrating current. And then of course the effective invocation through Saga the Alistair, and at this point I just attacked, and he made a choice. He decided not to use the Valkyries because he thought, I'm safe, he can pop this, I will still have my life points, and next turn I'm gonna hand him. Instead, damage step, concentrating current, and he just scooped. As soon as he saw the concentrating current, he understood the misplay and he scooped. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel interrupting a rank up. Let's see what we have. It's us to go first, and as I told you during the deck list breakdown, if I have a couple of Alistair, that's why I want to have a Kaliga in my extra deck, because at least I have a good turn 1. So now we do not only have the Kaliga ready, actually right here, but we also have a breakthrough skill to negate the only effect is gonna attempting to activate. So Dragon Ravine to begin with, and this was a Dragunity deck, pretty nice. So he had the Dissonators, then he summoned instead the Legionnaire, and I went with the breakthrough skill. And now that I negated that effect, he can't do nothing, he can't activate other monsters effect. So at this point, I just picked the that was like a Destiny Draw, even without the life points going down, because all I needed right here to have lethal was a couple of concentrated current. So there you go, I need the second one, double concentrated current, and then keep in mind guys, this is the order. I don't know if you remember this, but this was actually a common misplay. If you play the concentrated current, you have to activate the concentrated current first and then the Alistair, because the chain resolves backwards. Keep in mind that. So a Kaliga that becomes 7600 to go for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. My third win in a row. This was Declan Hackaba with, of course, his Command of Doom King, so triple Ds, of course. It's us to go first, nothing special. We just have a Cosmic Cyclone that against triple D is a very good card because we can negate the continuous spell cards. So he began with 7 Kepler, and I decided, you know what, you're not gonna search nothing. So no search for you, sir, and he's got a couple of back rows. Then he went for the skill to have a couple of pendulum skills to go into triple D, Doom King Armageddon, pendulum summon. Then he went for the attack, pretty nice. I'm good with that. I can just grab my invocation and be chillin'. In the end phase, Cosmic Cyclone, and I picked a good one because this was the Pendulum Switch. Then I was lucky to get my apple, so I actually tried to see if he has something. Chocolate Magician, discarding apple to draw an extra card. I was lucky here to get a Cosmic Cyclone. Goodbye to the Book of Moon. That's totally fine on my chocolate, because now I can go with Invocation to go with Purgatorio. But you know what? There's no point in attacking here because I will actually waste my my Alistair, and he can just summon this guy back next turn with the Pendulum Summon, because the effect of the Kepler is negated from the skill, at least for this turn, so we have to wait. He set another card and then get rid of my chocolate. That's totally fine. Then Destiny Draw, because I used a couple of Cosmic Cyclones to grab the berry and grab and get the search from my deck. He went with the Warning Point. Totally fine. It's actually good if you negate this, but as long as the effect of Barry is still live during his turn. So he went with Dark Contract with the gate, he searched for 7 Thomas, but now he can't Pendulum Summon with actually level 8 because the effect of Kepler comes in play now, because it is negated only the first turn after you use the skill. So now he can't summon level 8 or higher monster with the Pendulum Summon, so he went for the Fusion Summon. summon, and he went with the Flame Hiking Genghis, but I do not have back rows, so I do not care about that. He attacked the berry, totally fine, summoning an apple from the graveyard, and then I used the effect because I wanted the Hiking Genghis to be stocked with a lower attack points, so that's why I did that. Then Chocolate, but it's not even needed. At this point I can just attack everything with my Purgatrio and make room for my little guys right there, but I only needed the Chocolate to go for a lethal, and that's how you do it, my boys. Perfectly in control. There you go. My 4th win in a row, interrupting an 8 win streak, so that was pretty nice duel to see right there. So it's us to go first, very perfect opening, searching for the Chocolate, of course for the combo, Berry looks for the Chocolate, and then if it is attacked we search for the apple, and the apple, if it's attacked we can summon the Chocolate from the hand. So we have a couple of back rows, pretty nice. It's got the Void stuff, so Void Banishment to search for the Void Feast, and then he's got just a couple of back rows, and he's gonna hand the turn, totally fine. We also grabbed the Alistair the Invoker, Invocation right there. I just went for the Invocation to use his monster from the graveyard, because the very good, you know, having Infernoid in this meta when you play Invoked. So Invocation to recycle the Alistair back to hand. At this point I'm just gonna attack, and he decided once again to go that, actually to let go through. You know why? Because if he activates Void Feast, he summons a bunch of monster. Of course Purgatrio is gonna inflict even more damage, so here the wise choice was obviously to let this attack go through. But what he does not know is that we have Concentrated Current, so as soon as I activate it, it's just scooped. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, this was my rank up duel, the 5th win in a row. I actually went from legendary rank 1 to 2, and let's see, we have a spell of roses. So Black Rose Dragon, let's see what we have. It's got the Rocks Rose Dragon to begin with, having the Basil Rose Shoot that he's gonna use, of course, to go directly with a level 7 Synchro Monster. He went with Yati level of the Yangzing, and then a couple of back rows. We have a very good hand to begin with. I went with the Alistair to begin with because I wanted him to negate this with something, like, because I already had the Invocation, and of course to be able to use the Cosmic Cyclone on the other one, you know. So but actually he didn't fall into the trap. I went with the Cosmic Cyclone, and unfortunately I picked the Basil Rose Shoot, so I was able to use that. And in this case, as you can see right there, actually the Cosmic Cyclone is another duel where Cosmic Cyclone is a better choice rather than the MST, because of course if you pop this, the other effect comes in play, but if you banish it, it does not. So he uses the effect to grab the third, I guess, the third Basil Rose Shoot. Then I went with Invocation straight away into my Purgatrio, and then at this point Invocation, actually the effect to grab the Alistair back. Actually I could have gone, and I think I did, so I just went full into all in. I went with, because I actually felt that it was delaying the game as soon as I said this, so I actually, you know, I was sure that this was either an MST or a Cosmic Cyclone as well. So at this point I went all in, and it was the correct choice. It just scooped, because now we had a Purgatrio with 3900 that can attack twice, 2 monsters plus another Purgatrio that can attack directly. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Now the question that all of you are gonna ask themselves, and maybe ask to me, is, are Invoked back? Maybe they're back. I think they will be totally back with Kakitas, but I don't know why Konami decided not to free that. I think you could actually free Kakitas and make it limited one, so that actually you lose access to the limited one pool, because every Invoked player is gonna play Kakitas. So but you know, it is what it is. This deck is totally cog worthy, if you're gonna ask me that. I don't think it can make enough good in a competitive tournament, but we'll see if something gets the idea to go through that with us. And guys, that was all for the explanation and the replays. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.